Hey guys, the Gin Farmer here. I'm back. It is later in July, currently 20 something. Kind of lost track of days here. Just checking out some of our crops. Going a quick crop tour, I guess. I can kind of show you some stuff here. With our canola, we got our peas just over there, and then eventually we'll look at the wheat as well. So this is our canola here, one of our canola fields. And you can take a look at some of the plants. And basically on canola, as you see, this is probably, if you live in an area where there's canola, you're probably very used to seeing this site of a lot of yellow flowers. Basically starts off right, this is a big plant. Honestly, it's almost like a tree-like thing. And then, oops, that's a little zoomed in. Then from these pods, or from these flowers, sorry, once it rains or the sun, right, it's doing that process of photosynthesis, and it's creating these pods, which, if I just take off a pod here, the bigger the pods are towards the bottom, which I can take off a bigger pod. It's hard to do with one hand. There you go. Okay, so this is one canola pod, so it'll focus. Maybe. Anyways, this is one canola pod that comes off, right? And these are where all of your seeds are gonna be. Okay, so when the combine comes, it's gonna obviously split this apart. And you can kind of see here some canola seeds. There we go. All right, it's not pretty. It's hard to see, especially if I can't even focus. Come on now. There we go. See, those are all, so all these things, some of them have come out when I opened them. But there's gonna be seeds in all these little pockets. And this is two sides. So there's one, and then behind this little layer here, there's more seeds on this side, okay? The plants are looking pretty healthy. Oh my, I can't see much. There, the plants are looking pretty healthy. If you see the yellow on the ground, that's these flowers that are falling. Sometimes that's okay, because right now it's making the pods, and these flowers eventually will all go when these pods are gone. However, sometimes it's not good if we have any warm weather. Sometimes these will literally just fall off, and obviously that means you're not getting possible yield. Yeah, so this is our piece. It's looking all right though. Pretty happy. We're gonna go over here. This is where we have some peas. We're gonna take a peek at some of these peas. All right, so we're in our pea field, right on the edge, so don't mind, these are some wild oats. Honestly, in this couple area, this is probably because we just didn't miss this area with our sprayer. Unfortunately, it happens. Also, mostly because when you start getting close to trees, it's a little sketchy when spraying. But honestly, it's pretty clean across. Now, peas, something that you want to see. Basically, as they grow up, they grow fairly tall, right? Make those pods. And because of the structure of the crop, there's so much weight on top and not much stem. Like the canolas have a big stem on the bottom, where these don't. So these literally like vine-like things, they're exactly what they want. You want to entangle them, and it'll keep them up so it's easy to combine. We don't have to have them right on the ground. So if you do a little shake test like this, you should see a lot of peas moving because they're all interconnected. And there's some spots in the field where literally like it'll be like shaking, like way out there. Peas are the same thing as canola. They have these flowers, and then those flowers equal pods. Let's grab this pod here. There we go. Okay, this is a pea pod, very similar to the canola. If I split this open, it's hard, obviously, because they're green. So when you're ready to harvest, you can split them open with one hand. But basically, there we go. 1 second here. There we go. All right. So we got our peas. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 peas to one pod. That is pretty good. I believe they go up to 9 is like the most that they can really have, from what I know. But yeah, just like the canola, they're growing inside. Very similar. So obviously when you come along combine, whoop, takes the crop away, removes all these pods, and the combine will split them open pretty much like I did. And at that point, when they're ready, those fall out. But these are very good to eat, so I'm gonna take these probably. So yeah, there's not too many flowers in here anymore. Just in some of the lower areas, there'll still be flowers. Most of these guys have made all the pods that they're gonna make, which is good in a way. Obviously, flowers equals more product. However, it's always good. Like, there's only to a certain point where they're gonna get that product, or get those flowers going. They've been in flower for a while now. So they're gonna start finishing that up, the pods, and then gonna start ripening, which is great. So yeah, we'll see you probably later in this video, hopefully. Checking out some other crops, maybe the wheat kind of thing, or just other fields. So we're in our wheat field. For comparison, this is hard to tell, but this plant is at like 4.5 feet tall. Like, this wheat's average is probably about 4 feet tall. There's a bunch of bees around me. That's lovely. Basically, the wheat, you can tell these are where the seeds are gonna go. Doop, 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 doop. All like that. Gonna fill up. So you can count kind of how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going here for kind of how many runs there are. Basically, it varies. But this wheat's looking pretty good overall over the whole field. Looking pretty good, pretty clean. I do add. Looking underneath, and it's hard to see too much stuff. It's got a good stand. It's definitely got a good stand. Definitely a lot of products, but there is resting on the bottom. So that means they need some water. They need some moisture, definitely. Right now, they could definitely use some moisture. And that's something that we would for sure love for all of our crops. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get some rain here to stop that. Just looking here. Yeah, that'd be good. It doesn't mean, like, it's just a sign of stress basically for the plant. And usually, as of right now, because we haven't had moisture in a bit, that's most likely what that means. All right, that most likely concludes this episode. Again, just a little update episode, kind of a little bit of crop scouting. Those are all the different crops that we've grown: the wheat, the peas, the canola, right? So you mean I could always show more different areas and different fields and stuff, but that's pretty much all. They all look about the same for us. They were all planted around the same time. So you guys have a good one, and I'll see y'all later. Maybe swathing, we'll see. I don't know. Might be another update, but yeah, you guys have a good one.